Well, exactly. Good noon. It's exactly 12 o'clock noon here in Montana on April 9th, 2024. Oh, what happened? Oops, oops. Something pops up. I'm telling you, things just pop up. Okay. Why? I don't know. I have no clue. Yeah, I hope everybody's feeling good. Feel good. I've been starting to move stuff out now for the season. Yeah. Um, Yeah, sorry about that glitch. I can't even tell you why that happens, right? So anyway, I had a wonderful weekend, went to a baptism, went to church too, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. So boy, it's dry again. So I'm constantly, you know, trying to moisturize and I'm drinking like we have the best water in the whole world. I'm telling you, it is right out the tap. And a lot of guests will come and they'll, bring all these bottles of water. I'm like, no, 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 no. We have the best water in the world. I'm serious. Um, yeah. So we've got a super deep well. Thank you, Lord. So between the clean air and clean water and not too many crazy people around here, we can deal with those. The one on ones. So, yeah, so the job is on. I have moved out tons of clothes and trying to get the laundry done. It's piling up a little bit, and I hate stopping doing my domestic work other than prepping for the season because as it is, I clean every square inch. Got a little ways to go. I did this room. Of course, we still have jackets. It's cold. In fact, today is, let's see, let me pull it up. Might block for just a second, but I want to know how cold it is. Okay, it's not coming up. When you want it to, okay. Well, that's Billings, so I don't want Billings because I'm like 5 or 6 hours from there. So I'm gonna pull up this area. All right, so it is 32 degrees. We're gonna have strong gusty winds in about 1 hour because I guess there is a front moving in. Okay, let's get back to the video. Thank you. Um, Yeah, so this morning I heard some random woman had a YouTube and she was saying, "Oh, squatters and there's like 50 people staying in $1 million homes in Atlanta, specifically where she was focusing." And then, she's like, "Oh, we can't have that. We can't do this." And then the cops will forget about them. They're not going to do anything. Well, if you live in a dim city, well, they have totally dismissed the police. They're irrelevant. They're disrespected. Eh, so when you need them, they won't be there. But I did like what that other policeman said in, where was that? Where was that? Was that in, I don't know where he was. I don't remember if I even knew. Um, so um, he said, look, oh, Florida. It was a county somewhere in Florida. I love Florida now. I love what that guy is doing there. I'd move there. Okay. So, cop said, okay, you get an intruder, shoot him. That's it. Do it. Now, this is a quote. I'm quoting someone. He says, because you're going to save the taxpayers lots of money. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and of course, I naturally looked up the laws in Montana. hmm They're good. They're very good. Thank you, Lord. Because I had heard all kind of things. Oh, you got to do this and you got to do that, if you have to. No, if someone, okay, Rafi had a good little metaphor this morning. He said, if you're in the woods and there's a grizzly bear coming at you and has that mode that he's looking hungry and wants to have you for dinner, not to dinner, but for dinner. Yeah, what are you going to do? Oh, hi, bear, stop. Stop. Stop, bear. And he goes, when he goes, "Rrr," He goes, that's when it's done for the bear. Okay. Even though they don't encourage it and they don't want you to kill the bears. But if my life is in jeopardy, if someone comes, all right, number one, if someone opens your door, doesn't knock and walks in, and of course, in the past we've had some friends that did that. And I'm like, nah, don't do that. I have a twitch. So anyway, um, no, but if someone intentionally comes in your door and is like, oh, like a bear kind of, or not, it's like, I'm not going to say, oh, hi, come on in. What are you doing in my house? No, not anymore. With all the crazy stuff, there was a time where I might have done that stupidly. And of course, I have prayed over my house and literally had people open the door and then skim their body across the front of the door and could not come past my threshold because my prayer was, Lord, don't let anyone come past my threshold. And I still pray that. And it worked. They didn't come back because you'll stay in there. And I thought it was funny in a way. And I go, well, come on in. Oh, no, no, no. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just here for a second. Yes, you are. I love the power of God. It works. I'm telling you, it works. I've seen it in action. So, yeah, I'll pray that no one comes and bothers us and gives us trouble, at the home. But yeah, but in other words, if I have an intruder and I feel threatened, the minute they open the door, and walk into my house, I am highly threatened. I identify as highly threatened. Yes, I do. I do. Because they're going to run. Especially, it's funny? When I think people see a grandma, I'm a grandma. Okay. An older person, a more mature person, and I'm by no means feeble. So when that happens and you defend yourself, they're really scared. They're really scared because they think you're more crazy than they are. So I don't want to ever hurt anyone. I really don't. I don't desire to do that. Um, but no, it is not happening. And Hardy got all the laws in order for squatters. So if you're a squatter, don't come because you will be escorted away by the police. Yes, I already know my laws, my rules. There's nothing to have interference with me saying time's up, contract's done on a short-term rental. Go home, leave, goodbye, see you later. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, thank you, Lord, for that. Okay, so this morning I'm sleeping and it's spring and everybody's looking for a house and you know so all of a sudden, I don't know if you're familiar with an impact drill, but all of a sudden I hear brrr, brrr, like, intermittently a little bit. And I waited. And maybe Rafi's doing something. I don't know. He's doing drilling or screwing something in somewhere. Brrr. Well, it's a woodpecker. So, yeah. And I heard him this morning and I ran him off. So, after that, I don't know. I think it's kind of like an intruder because boy, oh boy, they bore holes into any wood they can get their hands on. So, okay, so much for the wildlife situation. It's funny because we live down in the valley too. As far as we know, we've never seen a bear come around the property. I've seen a fox actually. Of course, uh, coyotes almost every day. There's they a pack come through, but they've been quiet just recently. Um, and then we've had a wolf come. I told y'all that story, I think, and it was probably within 60 feet or something. It was really close, and we had the dog, but it was a rogue wolf, alone, and that means I would assume he's been ran off from the pack. So probably an old male. He looked a little scruffy, but and he would look, wait, and then he'd kind of look down. He was trying to act shy, and I think he had his eye on the dog, so we put the dog away and we're just watching him. I mean, he was right here. I got things to do in the yard, maybe. So, mm. Well, I hope those that were able to see the eclipse, it was good. It got a little like muddy grayish, kind of weird looking. You could tell the atmosphere was different, but no big deal. We didn't have anything really, and it was overcast, so you can't see anything happening. And yes, getting all my because we've been having company off and on, and I just stripped all the beds that were being used except for our beds. I wash the I could give classes on how to manage a vacation rental appropriately, um, which I'd like to do that. I really would. um, but I took all the mattress pad covers. You know, it's funny. Some people don't put that on their mattresses. Ugh, it's disgusting. They don't put pillowcase protectors. I'm like, what are you doing? And then they have to end up changing their pillows almost every year. I've had the same pillows for 6 years or more, I guess. You know, we had a few little interruptions with the V, the CV. Um, yeah, but I keep them well protected. If they get the slightest little funky or anything, I wash the covers and I spray with Lysol. And if when you spray with Lysol, you put it in the dryer for 20 minutes and then you run it and it will kill whatever's in there on there, and they come out smelling fantastic. It doesn't ruin the pillow. I bought some um what is it? Saint, how you say Saint Laurent? Anyway, Yves Saint Laurent. I can't remember. Okay, because I haven't looked at that for a while. So anyway, but the brand, I got really good pillows, and yeah. So my mattresses never smell. My pillows never smell. Um, and um, and then also I vacuum. Sometimes I shampoo the mattress if I feel like it needs it, and then I also vacuum really good all the mattresses. That's a job, but I'm getting strong. um and then I respray them again with Lysol, and they're ready to go. Then I cover them until I'm ready to remake the beds. Oh yeah, I don't wash every curtain every year because I have one room in the back that it doesn't get a lot of household circulation air and stuff like that. And so it's virtually dust free. Cooking, because we have a great room. I tell you, I know I've said this before. If I ever have another house, I will have a kitchen with doors, and all the odors can go right up in the vent. I hate when food odors permeate a house. I even have little notes. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta read it to you because it's really cute. Now you have to hold just a second. I gotta pull it up and get it out. And I put them on really cool little cards. I had found some cards like, oh, they're 5 by 4.25, and I hope I have it here because it's funny. No, I don't have it. Uh, I don't want to take too long. I should have had this ready before I opened up this video, but let me look up documents. Okay, so it's a little note explaining to the guests about um, odors from food, but it was really put together kind of cute. Okay, okay. But let me see. I'm getting warm, getting warm. I hate taking the time away, but I think you'll enjoy it. I'm very, very tactful, like something to the effect of a sign in the bathroom, because a lot of places do have signs and they have manuals. I'm not doing manuals. That's ridiculous. Who on vacation? If you happen to notice the note while you're sitting there, Please do not put anything but toilet paper into the toilets, I say. And then it says, because we would like to keep things going well. Well, oh, come on, come on. This could be too long. Okay, I'm giving myself a couple more minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it to you. Please, when preparing highly fragrant cuisine, comma, shut all bedroom doors, exclamation. This is for the consideration of the next guest. Thank you, Elizabeth. Because, all right, let's get that out of the way. See? All right. Did you like that? I like that. It's my way of expressing my frustrations in a very eloquent way. And these are these beautiful, I don't remember, I'm sure it was at a craft store, but look at these. They're like little cardboard paper colors. See, all these beautiful colors, but they're very rigid and they're very fine. They look like linen, the way they have put the consistency of the paper anyway. And so I took one of these and then I cut out the message very neatly and I pasted it on, and it's in front of every door to the right, in case you need to know. So that's, instead of me saying something like, keep the door shut. I don't want I don't want certain ethnicity smells in there, which we're highly ethnic with our food too. And that goes for everybody. It's not just the guest, it's for family members too. Shut the door. Shut the door. But I never leave my door open because I cannot sleep if I can smell food. Drives me crazy. I guess, unfortunately, I had the best dad in the whole world, and he smoked incessantly in the house, and I was always dying from the smoke. And oh, please go outside, Dad, go outside, go outside. He was a wonderful person, but that was one downfall. I guess we all have them, but. I think it made me super sensitive to smells and odors. I'm like a hound dog. You need to know where something is or if something smells bad. I'm here for your service, and I do charge by the sniff. You gotta laugh. World is crazy. So I'm all good, all prepared. I just had one vacationer switch the date, which is fine because I'll take all the time I need to get ready. So, because I know I normally don't open till the beginning of summer anyway. So I think I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna have a few days there, but at this point, I think I'm gonna take them because, you know, um, just because I don't know, my motivation's a little dampered. I think, you know, I don't want to say that I'm not afraid, but I'm really concerned for our country. Are you? Are you? And if you believe that there is the same generational uh, standards or um, policies or agendas with that one particular group, yeah. Uh, if you want to live in a third world country that is now in progress, and I have to say, I love the people in Chicago. I love the people who live in Chicago, watching all those sharp dressed looking politicians standing before everyone, like kind of like the Hunger Games, but they are well dressed. And and then the other one right now, the controversial one that comes out in her fox colored kind of yellow looking beautiful coat, with the long fingernails. And yeah, no. And then the people coming in are suffering while the um the IAs are coming in and destroying all suburbia. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, they're not putting up with it, and they're not stupid, and I do appreciate them very, very, very much. I watched a whole town hall with the mayor, I guess it was, of some acting official there in Chicago, and those people were not happy. I mean, you know, these are all working people, all people who are taking care of themselves, and now they don't get nothing, and watching all these IAs get everything. Mm-mm. I think that anybody would support, if you know what I'm saying, that particular group of dangerous people, allowing dangerous people to do dangerous things, like in the D department. Yeah, no. I think you have to be, there's a saying about the sign of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again with the same result. Hello. I don't want the same result. I want a different result come November. Hmm. Yeah. No. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, and so going back to Sunday, I have to say, the people that where we went to go visit, um, and we had a good time hanging out. It was fun, and but I have to say that the man of the house makes the best barbecue. I've had his steaks, I've had his pork, I've had, I don't know, he does seafood too. He did make a clam chowder. Oh, I have eaten clam chowder in Boston, Maine, all over the place. Um, and his was off the charts. The best clam chowder I've ever eaten. And I'm pretty discriminating. I've eaten all over the country, at least not all over the world, but there's a lot of different ethnicities that prepare their dishes wherever you want. You can get. Um, but not if people don't do the right thing in November, because restaurants, businesses are going to be all shutting down. Okay, I interrupt myself, so that's just who I am. Because like the thoughts come and then they go. Um, yeah. So anyway, but back to the meal we had. It was so good. And then the wife, that I'm not going to give names, but the wife made the best coleslaw I ever had. And I made it yesterday, and it still didn't taste like hers. So, but it was just a wonderful dinner. Then I made a banana cream pie. Now I did make a graham cracker crust, and I made the custard. And the trick, it's really interesting. Um, you have to sieve it. I used to not do that before. And then you take your little spatula and you scrape it and get every bit out of it. But anything left that might not have mixed in, lumps. Okay. And it was silky. And then you add your butter and your vanilla at the end. But the recipe said take a piece of wax paper, going, okay, I'm not thinking right away. And you spread butter. And then I realized, oh, I know what this is for. And so I buttered it in a circle of the size of the bowl. And after you strain it, you have it in the bowl for it to cool off, but it'll create a really hard film. And then you got to take it off, and your volume is reduced. But you lay this buttered wax, old fashioned, I love wax paper, um, and you pat it all down on top of the pudding. This is great. I've never even thought of doing this. And you take off the wax paper with the butter, and none of the pudding comes up. It's still there because of the oil. And what an idea. So from now on, because I do love chocolate cream pie, I got to be careful I don't make it too much. So then I didn't make a meringue because I figured cooking that the day before, it would have sort of, it melts, the meringue gets watery if you refrigerate it. I mean, it has to be super stiff, and I'm not a big meringue maker or had experience with it, but I did have the negative experience where it kind of melts, you know. So I said, okay, we're not doing that, and I didn't want to wake up the next morning before we leave, and I got to get ready to do that. So I said, I love coconut whipped cream. I don't know if anybody's had that. It's so delicious. And of course, I'm watching cholesterol, I'm watching all of that, the fats, you know, and it is a good fat. Um, so um, I whipped up with vanilla and a little bit of powdered sugar, and it was delicious. But I didn't put it on the pie until I got to their house. Again, I just didn't think it was a good idea. So I carried it with me. The only thing in the morning, it did fall somewhat. But you know what? It was still sort of whipped, but it was heavy and it was more spreadable, and you would never get peaks, you know. Um, and usually when you buy coconut whipped cream, it's in the freezer section and it's frozen, and then it just goes from that frozen state to whatever you put it on. It's going to eventually melt, you know. So anyway, and the only thing I wish I could have made two pies because I brought dessert, but we needed more. We had quite a few people there, and but it was a big pie and I had lots of good. What I do with bananas, um, the longer the banana sits, of course, it browns, but it gets sweeter. Now, I don't know if it makes more of its own sugar. I don't know, but I buy sometimes even green bananas. But I have a natural refrigerator in the garage because the floor is cement and um, it gets extremely cold in there. It's like a refrigerator. It feels like a refrigerator sometimes. So, but it keeps produce forever. I mean, it works beautifully. And so, anyway, I forgot where I was going with that one. Bananas. Okay, sorry. I'm a little loopy. I get that way certain times of the day. I get a little sleep. I can't sit. If I sit, and I think that's the thyroid, I get I get tired, I get sleepy. I don't know. It's always been that way. Um, as a child, if I'd read for 20 minutes, I'd get sleepy. Don't know. Whatever. Um, so I buy bananas green. I bought them green or partially green and yellow. And once they get cold, though, I don't mind the lack of the sugary taste. Now, I don't know if it still contains the same amount of sugar. That's a scientific question. Anybody know? Let me know. But I got it yellowed and it was trying to turn a little brown because it will from the refrigeration, if you will. But the inside is still not over sugared. Okay. So I put a ton of bananas in it. I put one on top. So I used a total of 3 bananas in that pie. And the people were like, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so good. And it was the only thing there, it wasn't enough pie for everyone. So I said, I just wanted to taste. So I got a little tiny little piece. It's okay. I can make it again. I do have my pie dough in the freezer right now that is has turned out very well. And I am going to order some more bags of from the mills down in Utah. Great flour. So, yeah. Well, I'm just going to keep on bringing up whatever comes up when I can and a solution. Oh, and one more thing. Um, there's a new show on PBS. It's called Mr. Bates versus Horizon, um, or the post office. Mr. Bates versus the postal or post office, or it's on PBS. What a good suspenseful show. Excellent, excellent. I love it because it's a true story. And it's about how they had a new computer system. And you can look it up on Wikipedia. and getting interesting. I mean, right from the gate opening, it's great. I cannot wait till Sunday to watch it. I can't miss it on Sundays because I want to watch the whole thing and how it turns out. And I think it's probably a 1 year season. I can't see it going past that, but hopefully not because I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch it. Every now and then, really good shows come in among many, but and I'm watching Call the Midwives Back. That's always good. I don't know. I just love the charming parts of it and the tenderness and the care and the Englishness of it. Yeah, such a good show. Um, yeah, I wish Jonathan Fellows would make some more shows. I have a list of what he's made. Um, yeah, that's the one that did Downton Abbey, and he was recently in a Scottish film. Um, I guess it was called Glen Bogle. Okay. Um, I get so much information. I can't remember everything, all the terms, all the names, everything. But it was a very, very, very well made show, and it was made years ago. I'm not sure when, but he was in it too. So yeah, it's a good writer. Um, Yeah, and I think when he produces too, it makes a difference. And I believe and he produced this one I was talking about, and also probably I have to go back and research that, but probably he produced uh, Downton Abbey. I want to watch that again. I'm ready. I've seen it so many times, I guess. I don't know if you can right now, but so yeah, let's take the hand of the person that will refresh, reorganize, help, construct, do for you and our my benefit. Yeah. Let's get that guy going. Hmm. Yeah. And I've been thinking about something too. I think there's some crazy people out there. They think that if you're a MAGA, okay, so you support, right? You're a mega. MAGA, MAGA. Yeah, I'm one. But we don't I don't I can speak for myself. I don't idolize the man. I don't worship him. No, not at all. I support what's good, what's honorable, what's noble. And there is nothing I've seen that he has done when he had office, um, that he did anything to destroy anything, like purposely. No, he didn't. No, he did. He brought people in. He brought all these people in from different groups, different ethnicities, and he supported them. Their communities. It's about the people, and that's what that is. It's about the people, not the government, not the Hunger Games. No, it's none of that. No, it's something that egotistical mayors in certain regions of the country, GAs, if you know what I mean, um, yeah, people who are running D policies in states that are destroying. How can you have people to govern in a state that they can't walk out their door? They can't. They can't go out the door unless they're watching somebody pee in their yard. A young child watching and witnessing. They can't. They can't even drive away because sometimes their car is stolen. They have to spend thousands of dollars to repair their property. Do you think that those people are going to vote in the same policies? The same people? I mean, unless they're crazy, you never know. You never know. Um, yeah, yeah. No. Anybody with good sense. And I'm thinking of something. I would love, I would absolutely love to get a tally on how many in 2020 voted, okay? Voted, and how many are going to vote. Mhm. Yeah, I would love to every person in the country who did contact me, leave me a message, leave a comment. I did, I did. I would love to do that. I'm sure there'd be some people hate me. But you know, it's a free will. You can do what you want. Yeah, you can do what you want. Yeah. I mean, I'm the first on the list. It'd be very interesting to know because there's polls, but some of them are rigged, some of them are biased. You know, yeah, we know better. I don't trust polls. Oh, one more thing. I got to tell you, this is great. I get a phone call this morning from a number I don't recognize at all, and I said, "Oh boy, here we go." So the woman has not a Hispanic voice, but a broken English kind of voice. Maybe sounds a little east and southeast. Yeah, a little southeast. And who's getting all the jobs right now? Okay. And she goes, "Hello, may I? Is this Elizabeth Andonia?" And I don't answer. You don't say yes. If you're going to answer the phone, because what are you saying yes to? That could be utilized in a conversation on the phone. I said, "Okay, so who is this calling?" And they never identified themselves. This is save it. Say okay. I said, and she's like, "What da 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 da." And do you have another question? Do you have Medicare? Blah 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 blah. I said, excuse me, hold on, 1 second, 1 second. I said, um, and who do you represent? Save it. Oh, and she goes, da, 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 and she's talking over me now. Right away at the opening of the gate of the phone call. And I said, um, so what are you selling? Oh, well, before we can sell anything, we need to know, is this me? Okay. Is this you? And they had the right name. And then they say, uh, and what is your zip code? I said, no. I said, how did I say, what is your, I asked her again, what are you selling? And she goes, and she seemed a little flustered at that point, and she reiterated again with the same comment. And I said, okay, you're going to have to be specific. And she can't figure out where to go from there. And I said it about four. I just wait. I wanted to ride it. I wanted to figure out, what's going on here. And I know because I'm not giving anybody any information on the phone. And she got flustered and she came back again with the pitch. And I said, no, no, no. I said, what? Be specific. What are you selling? And it's just the same thing over and over. And I kept insisting, you know, and finally I could hear her like fading away. And she was like, she was, I must have frustrated her. Next time they call, I think I'm going to ask, where are you from? What country are you from? Yeah, because it had some indications there. I'm like, no, do not talk to anybody on the phone about any personal information. Don't agree if they say your name and they got your number, and because you will never find them. You will never get that phone number again. They'll call with another. I'm waiting for another one. I'm sure that'll happen. Yeah, no, don't do it. Um, and then sometimes if I feel like it's okay, I'll say, okay, I need a website. Some of them have it, some of them don't. Even then, if it's not a reputable common name company, I am not interested. So, well, we're going to close at this, and I probably talked too long, but I sure enjoyed it. I had a good time. I hope you enjoyed my crazies, my funny parts. Yeah. God bless. Take care. Be strong. Be alert. Be healthy. Oh, okay. There's always one more thing. Don't leave yet. Don't go. Don't go. I am fully exercising, and I've been doing that Haitian shimmy thing. And I told you, you take your foot and you bring one foot up and then down. So left, right, left, right, left, right, and then you get it. Brrr. Oh God, my calves are like rocks. The back of my legs are getting super super strong, and I mean they're not rocks yet, but they're tight. I mean, and it just seems to kind of help your whole body. And I'm doing the wall thing, which is that's not easy. There's something going on there. I don't know. I'm diligent though, and I'm determined, and I kind of stopped losing a little weight. I'm really not eating anything wrong. Last night we had the cabbage salad, and then I had made a low fat um, um, shepherd pie with lamb, onion, potatoes. I saw this on YouTube. But you take the flour and you mix it, and I use the olive oil, which is so good. It's a good fat um, in the dough, and a little baking powder. You don't even need salt because the mayonnaise has everything. You mix it up and you knead it. Put it in the fridge 20 minutes, and it made a beautiful dough for savory dishes. I really, really liked it. And it wasn't a big crust, it was thin. Um, and it was somewhere between a pie dough and a biscuit. That's the best way I could explain it. And I had this fresh lamb. Some wonderful friends of ours left with us, and I'm having trouble with my taste buds sometimes. So it was okay. Rafi said it was fabulous. So, um, and it was good. It was very good. So we had that and a salad. And all I had was earlier. I eat bacon about once a month, maybe, or once every 2 weeks. I just don't eat a lot of it. But I did cook it real good, and I had eggs, and I'm eating oh, I have to go look at I just bought it again. I've never tried this particular one, but he's the guy that was in prison, and he's a big old muscle guy. His picture is sort of like on the bread. Um, and he baked. He made all these breads, and so he had time to experiment, with the bread recipes. Now he has a flourishing, he's out of prison, he has a flourishing business. So good for him. Very good. But the bread is so good. It is excellent. Yeah. So anyway, and I had a piece or two of that for breakfast, and they're super thin and they're not real big, but it was wonderful. So all right, folks, that's it. That's it. 45 minutes. Woohoo! That's a long one. Y'all take care. God bless. Be healthy. Take care of your body. Take care of your home. Take care of your family. Not in that order. Let's go back. Family, home. Well, yourself, family, home. Okay. And never ever forget God in the whole scheme of things, your whole scheme of life. You won't fail. Thank you, God.